I presume you very much welcome what M&S are doing here.
Yeah, we absolutely do. This is an urgent and imperative action, and we're calling on all retailers to remove date labels from fruit and veg, because it's not helping us use our judgment of when fruit and veg is good to eat. And that means perfectly good, healthy food is getting chucked away in our homes instead of eaten. And so, yeah, we're calling on the retailers that haven't yet made this move to do the same.
And what do consumers make of it, though? Do consumers not like the reassurance of knowing what a best before date is to give them some help in deciding when or not it should be thrown out? Are consumers behind you here?
Oh, yeah, I think so, because the thing about date labels is it can be quite confusing. So we have use by dates, which are about safety. So you mustn't eat an item past its use by date unless you've frozen it before. But best before dates are about quality, and actually they're not needed on fruit and veg items. And what our study showed is it's actually not helping us use our judgment of when food is good to eat. So I've got a prop here, actually. These are some perfectly good apples, and we show people an image like this, some with a date label on and some without a date label on. And when there was a date label on, around half of people chose to throw those apples away, whereas without a date label, it was around 7%. So this is something that's going to help us all reduce food waste in our homes. And actually, the average family wastes around £700 of food each year. So this is a really key issue.
I'm with you all the way. Those best before labels should have gone a long time ago. And do you think here this is going to be driven more by the cost of living crisis that we're facing rather than waste? I know food waste, that will be a sort of a happy sort of byproduct of this, but it's fundamentally about the cost of living we're suffering at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I know the word crisis is kind of being used a lot at the moment, but we are in a climate crisis, and wasting food feeds climate change. And we are in a cost of living crisis. And like I said, the average family is wasting around £700 of food each year. So everything that can be done, changes like this, but other changes by retailers as well, that can help us all buy what we need and make the most of the food we buy, is really critical. And actually, there's things that we can do that are in our own gift as well. So another part of the work we did was looking at how things can be stored properly and what that means. And we found some staggering results. So you don't need any fancy technology at home. If you take your fruit and veg and you pop it in the fridge, it'll stay fresher for much, much longer. And we're talking months longer for potatoes and apples, 2.5 months longer for apples if you put them in the fridge instead of the fruit bowl, and 2 weeks longer for broccoli. And if you keep your fridge below 5 degrees as well, that keeps all the food in it safe and fresher for longer. So we can all do our bit to kind of take control of what we want to do with our food and make sure that we're making the most of what we buy.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us this morning. Some handy tips that I'm very good on, for value for money and making sure I don't throw things away. But thank you for that and those top tips.
Yeah, I think it's great. I'm all for it. There's been an advance of the nanny state for years, and this is the first sort of retreat from the nanny state. It's seen. I'm celebrating this.